This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and he's playing Esper again, you guys. This is a deck I've been having some fun with. I didn't know if I'd ever get around to making a video for it because I don't think it's great. I think it's definitely not optimal Esper, but it's a fun version, and I call it Esper Legends. It's mostly built around Nyambi, the esteemed speaker, and the text on the card that I'm focusing on is the last one. 1 white blue, discard a legendary card to draw 2 cards. 2 cards. So, I thought that was a pretty cool ability. I like the idea of flashing this in and then discarding a piece, like a redundant legend, drawing 2 cards and hitting my land drops. That's the control mage in me. So we surrounded the card with a whole bunch of legendary cards. 4 Fipplethib the Lost, 4 Nyambi herself, 4 Teferis, 4 Kayas, 4 Oath of Kayas, 2 Mangara, the Diplomat, a new M21 card with a ton of text. This card is really good in matchups where the opponent can't remove its 4 toughness, 4 casting cost body against some things like mono red. It's terrible in every other place, which is why in this deck we can discard it and draw 2 in the spots where it's terrible and play it in the spots where it's good. 3 of trees to get deeper in the deck. I had Elite Guard Mage. I actually like Elite Guard Mage a lot better on its own, but because this is legendary, you can discard it to draw 2 if you draw redundant copies. And then we've got 4 Elspeth Conquers Death to get back the things we discarded, and 3 Yorions because Yorion Blink is awesome. We also have the 2 Fae of Wishes, because we have ways to return the Fae of Wishes to our hand in the 4 Nyambis and the 4 Teferis and use it again and again. I didn't go with the usual wish board. Some of these cards you remember, like Grafdigger's Cage, Shadow Spear, and Karn, they're just too good not to run. But most of this, I decided to stick to the legendary theme and just throw in a bunch of haymakers, like Ashiok, and Jace, and Karn, and Bolas's Citadel, and Liliana, and Ugin 1, and Ugin 2. So a bunch more legendaries in the sideboard to join the band. This is a fun deck. Ladder is iffy. There's no sweepers, so if you go second, there's not a lot you can usually do unless the opponent literally doesn't read Mangara, which happens sometimes. So you'll probably see me on a bit of play queue and maybe the ladder if we're dominating the play queue. It all depends on if the play queue is going to bring it or not. And with that said, let's dive in and let some legendary nonsense begin. Alright, this deck has a good start. Let's do it. Colors are intact. Everything's looking fine. Our opponent bringing Gigantha. And, oh gosh, it's the dog. The dog I'm not into. I'm gonna have to kill the sound effects. Yeah, sound effects are nice. I'll just turn down my speakers. You guys can hear it. Speaking of the dog, our opponent brought a Selfless Savior, lining up perfectly with the Kaya. This might be the opponent playing the Mardu Winota deck that we just made a video with. So let's see what happens. Looking familiar. They don't want to trade their Savior. That part I'm pretty sure about. And they pass the turn, so they have raised the alarm. Alright. Let's get one of the Kayas down and start exiling things. It can exile tokens, it can exile the Savior. Then the opponent wants me to attack with the Fipplethib, so they'll probably wait to play this Raise the Alarm, because they want me to make this attack so they can attack the Kaya. And to this I say no, not doing it. Not gonna play that way. Keeping the token count down is going to take effort. Effort from the Kaya. And the other Kaya. Alright. The opponent goes for a Loxodon. It's interesting because we can do this. Now, we can play the other Fipplethib, but we can also speaker bounce this Fipplethib. We could do it now and then have 2 blockers. That might be a good idea. But, actually, no. We only have 1 blue source. So, how do we want to do this? We could play a second Kaya and exile this other token, and then the opponent only has the Loxodon, but I think making them attack this is still fine. So, I'm going to play this. We're going to scry. There's a Teferi. That could be helpful. We're going to say go. We might end up doing a block and switch with the Nyambi. And then we can play the Yorion and maybe some loop-de-loops. It depends how the opponent attacks. If they send both at Kaya, we might just let it die so that we can play Yorion. Well, actually, if we're going to bounce the Fipplethib, it's not going to work. But here they come. Alright, so there's no point to a block other than to get this back, gain 2 life, and potentially draw another card later. But right now, that's not very important. But on the other hand, if we play this and don't bounce anything, and before you suggest it, it does not bounce Planeswalkers, but we can play this and we can bounce nothing, and then we can play the Yorion, and then play and bounce the Yorion if we wish. So let's decline. Our opponent, no play for 3 mana, and holding a Gigantha. So possibly another Raise the Alarm. If we play Teferi, we might see what's going on there. We could bounce the token, chump block the Loxodon. Pair of other 1/1s might kill the Teferi, or we could do a Yorion loop now. The problem with the Yorion loop is it is 5 mana a turn, which I feel like we have to do a little better for right now. So let's play this, see what the opponent does. Resolves, no Raise the Alarm. And maybe that's an oops. Maybe an oops from the opponent. On the play all day. So, scry it up. 5th land. I definitely don't need any more shock lands. I would like a land that doesn't hurt me to use, because I'm not sure what I'm up against. But our opponent plays Watery Grave. Maybe their deck is one of the slower variety. Fipplethib for the opponent. You ripping me off? They're playing a CGB deck before I even post it. That's next level. Let's get that off the field. I'm sure the opponent's doing something Yorion-y. They've got a Tefers. Sure. They plus that. So here, let's play the Atrice. It's definitely a card the opponent wants to hit with the Teferi, but also doesn't want to hit with the Teferi, and it's 2 turns before an Elspeth Conquers Death. So it has an opportunity. Let's grab the lands. The lands are handy. The 3rd Oath of Kaya. Of course. So yeah, if the opponent bounces this, we can get a lot of value out of it in the future. They're thinking about it, you can tell. Wheels are turning. So Teferi does bounce the Atrice, which can give me more cards. Value. Value has been achieved. We are a gamer who valued. Oh, Thassa, okay. They're gonna go harder on Yorion than we are. We're gonna need those Elspeth Conquers Deaths. How to get to them? Our opponent's probably going to play Yorion next turn. If there's nothing on the battlefield to bounce, we're in a much better position for that. So what do you think of Oath of Kaya, kill that, and slam a Niambi at instant speed? Sounds pretty good.
Only time will tell.
We do want to keep everything away from their Elspeth Conquers Death. That's annoying. I don't have a good answer for that. Not right now. I guess I can blink the Oath. Okay, they've got a lot of good stuff. Like, I mean, it's trashy stuff, but we have to respect it because they have a Thassa and we don't have an ECD. Don't think it matters what we get here. The Kaya's looking pretty bad. I mean, I guess it helps fight an Elspeth Conquers Death, and it's better than another land, so I'll get rid of this, but yeah, we are in trouble. They have Wishes. I don't think I have an Erase in my sideboard. Like, something that actually gets rid of this. Yeah, I do need an Elspeth Conquers Death. Anyway. If we do the Blinkeries, we get rid of one of these, and we gain 5 life, and we still have a 2/1 on the field. Does the opponent even care? I don't think they do. And we're going to end up discarding another card next turn if we don't. Yeah, every turn that we let them have anything on the board is another turn where Yorion is even more brutal. So we'll get rid of the Fens. We'll bounce this to our hand. And we have to do it like that because otherwise the opponent's Elspeth Conquers Death ruins us. Interesting. Decline. I'm getting enough life. I don't need to give you cards. It's one way to do it. I didn't see that one coming, but now you kind of see why. I can kind of ignore it. Make a million little O1s. Alright. Do it again. Kill the Fipplethib. Make the opponent play something else to blink. We're not really getting ahead from these transactions. We should probably try to set up so that we can. I think that means we play a Treese and try to get deeper, and also hopefully play the Fipplethib. It's probably an Elspeth Conquers Death, but I need to hit the land drops. Alright, still not. Fibs. To furs. Okay. Now what you got? So they must have a way to... Okay, there it is. They're finally going after this Atrice. They've had enough. Decline. Yeah, I'll just absorb some damage here. Fun. It's like gain 6 life. Ow. Thassa can blink the Fibs, of course. So how many creatures are down here? There's actually 2 turns worth of creatures, so I have to play the Kaya now. That's not great, but and the Kaya gets attacked by the Clackbridge Troll, so I'll have to use it to tap it. I do feel like I've got something in my sideboard I could fetch here, like a Light of Hope, and just get rid of this. But what am I still need to draw into the right tool for Thassa. I could bounce the Troll. It's very expensive to replay. I'm really not sure what I'm supposed to do here. If spells cost more next turn, I want to play my Planeswalkers this turn, and then my creatures next turn.
Nothing phases me.
Let's eat those.
I won't forget this.
I'm known for my excellent...
Send back the Troll. It's a very expensive card. Hit land drops. Say go. Yeah, if we have any stuff untapped, our Yorion could be good. It's possible. And the Kaya is pressuring the graveyard so they don't get value out of the other side. They're going right back to the Troll. Alright, sack this. You get the card and the 3 life. Because now I want to protect my Planeswalkers. Alright, Thassa, what are you doing? I mean, it's gotta be Fipples, right? Get more cards. They've got so many cards in hand too. What we really want to do is Fate of Wishes a Thought Distortion. Something evil.
Here goes nothing.
Alright, when we blink the Oath of Kaya target this, it will give the opponent something to get back. That's a little frustrating. So maybe, do we want them to get the other card on the front side and the back side, or just the front side? Or just the back side, I mean. Just the back side. In that case, let's eat the graveyard.
Good for you.
It's only a matter of time.
Let's drop the Yorion. Defers. You can stay. The opponent can now make a play on our turn if they have something good. I'm trying to think of what I could possibly do with 3 mana. I don't see it, so we'll play the tap land. I could play the 1/4, but let's save this. I think it's worth it.
slowly.
Alright, so we go Oath to Face because we don't want this to die and come back for free. And I don't really need to blink the Yorion here. If the opponent plays an ECD to exile it, I'm pretty happy, right? So I think they're kind of pressured into that, and that means I would rather blink the Fibblefib and get more cards. ECD goes away, no targets reacquired. Like I said, I kind of want the opponent to go after this. Sacrifice a creature? Sure. Protect the Planeswalkers. Opponent with a full grip. It's about what you do with it. They do have 4 cards in exile, a long way from the Kaya, -5 being great, but it's an option. There's Cavi of Dawn. Picking on Kaya, potentially? Yes. Okay. Thassa Cavalier of Dawn assembled. That is a combo. Another annoying Fenlurker. They're not eliminating my Yorion, but they could at the end step. So we'd better be careful. What do we exile? I do need to keep hitting land. I think the Fibblefib can go, actually. If I'm going to keep my Teferi, Fibblefib can go. So the opponent gets 2 uses out of this Cav. Let's see what they hit. And they're tagging Yorion, it looks like. Yep. That's okay. So, what do we bounce? What do we exile? And we don't have enough to play Yorion and the ECD. That will have to wait till next turn. I think I play the ECD, exile the Cavalier, bounce the ECD? I have some good blockers now. So that's only 5 mana. I still have some extra. We can also exile the Thassa. Next turn we have Yorion and ECD on the same turn. That's pretty clutch. But yeah, I think we get rid of the Cav here. We bounce this.
I've got it.
We can still play the 1/4 if we want to. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to fetch with this and do the thing, but it's getting there, right? Because we can next turn fetch and Thought Distortion, but if our opponent plays a bunch of creatures to go with Thassa, that's a really bad play. It's a scary play for sure. Sacrifice. Yeah, let's defend Teferi. He's doing good work. It's not like our opponent has a lack of options. They're sort of in option overload, to be honest. Trigger. This is a weird attack, right? The opponent can pump this, but they don't really want to. So what's the plan? They're getting something back from the graveyard? It's a very weird attack. No way. You must have better things to do with your mana than try to kill this 3/3. The opponent is playing like the long value game. They plan to run me out of cards. I think my wish board is going to foil them. The greedy wish boards are always a thing. Alright, that died. What do you have? I don't see a brought back. Baron? Okay. I mean, that could have dealt with the 3/3s right there, but that's not what the opponent wanted to do. I'm so confused. Alright. Kind of big moment assembled. We have 10 mana. We can go ECD. No more Thassa, although I think the opponent has another Thassa. I'm going to go on record with that right now, but we've got to start somewhere.
Really should have seen that coming.
Alright, Oath of Kaya the Baron, Niambi the Yorion, ECD the Clackbridge Troll. Another 5 life, another 3 life. We'll see what the opponent has. I'm not surprised one bit by that. And yep, full rebuilding complete. So what do we do next? Oh, we Yorion loop. We can, well, there's a few things we can do for sure, but this is a pretty easy one, I think. We play this. We play this. We make sure we keep eating the graveyard, so Elspeth Conquers Death just ticks away and doesn't get anything back.
You beat me this time. Bravo.
Let's see. Opponent won't want to block this. We don't need to reset that, do we? Because it starts out on 3. Didn't tick down.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
We're gonna Thib Legend Rule. We could also wait and activate Niambi, but to get 2 cards instead of 1, but I think this is fine. We are finding land, and this game is a mess. What a mess. But it's a beautiful mess. It's my kind of mess. Both players with a million resources. Who will actually win? Infinite Cavaliers of Dawn picking on my cards. Infinite Thassa's. We bounced that one. There's no surprise here. Are they going to hit the Teferi now? Yeah. Give me those golems. Opponent's at 17, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I really do this? Yes, I can. Why wouldn't I? Hi. So, too much power. Too much power. Alright, 3 points, Gryffindor. Bounce. And I'm gonna exile the Thassa, let you have a Thib, I don't care. Alright, 2 more Oath of Kayas. That's all we need. Opponent seems like they would have Wrath in their deck. Shatter the Sky. Kaya's Wrath. Something like that. No problemo. Still lost. Still the lost. Oh yay. Troll. Decline. What are you gonna do? Attack me for 8? I can take that. Alright. Opponent's at 5. We can blink that ECD to take out the troll. The Oath of Kaya can put them to 2. Is there a way we could win? Let's go look in the sideboard. I somehow suspect a direct damage spell isn't present. Wait, hold on. Well, we can steal the troll, but it would be tapped. Ooh, Ugin. Just bolt their face. Maybe next turn. Citadel, that's +1, not +2. Or Shadow Spear, I should say. Yeah, we'll just grab you. Next turn that can go face. Not this turn, though. Hold Niambi to save the Yorion at instant speed, I think. It's a good one. Kill the Thib, exile the troll. Just take all their toys away. Make their Yorion a sad Yorion. Now, will they play an ECD to target my Yorion out of spite? Nope. It's another troll. More goats, thank you. Would you like to attack me? The Clackbridge troll tech. I mean, I guess they're thinking they need a finisher. Now I see what you're up to. Clever girl. Sure. I'm at 50. Let's all enjoy this moment. They really play for that. Well, it's only 11 mana. Don't let your memes be dreams. Alright, we leave this, we attack for 4, we play Ugin, we win. It's a interesting take on the deck, though. Don't think I've seen Clackbridge Massacre Worm anywhere. So props. Oh my gosh, it's Mangara! It started to forget. I forgot this was in the deck. Alright. We went through so much deck last time and never saw it. You say hello, I say you go. Alright, go fetch a blue. Our opponent with a knight, opening up with pure aggression, as they tend to do in the arena. Man, even if I can Naambi next turn, our opponent will have enough mana to, like, wreck it if I ambush with it. Okay. Yeah, we're in a bind. I need to draw Oath of Kaya. Something. That's not great. That's not what I was after. Okay. Yeah, maybe they spend their turn growing a knight. Nope, not yet. Spawn a Mayhem. Does something else evil. A Yara. Still a gamer who plays a Yara. Okay. Good draw. So, what's more dangerous, the Ayaya or the Knight? Opponent could have more Ayayas. Those Knights are a big problem, but there's 2 of them. The redundancy is an issue. So I'm going to go after the Ayara. Don't think I'm going to take that block anytime soon. Is it another Ayaya? No, it's a Rotting Regisaw. Alright. I guess we have to be ready. Yeah, we have to be ready next turn to ECD the Regisaur, so I don't think we can play Mangara this turn. If the opponent has a removal spell, it's too much of a blowout. It's just too risky. We keep the land, because now we don't have to pay 2 life to play Elspeth Conquers Death. Village Rites in this style of deck? Well, there are always people trying to merge styles. If they go for it now, wow, it's gutsy. Removal spell there would have been pretty clutch, but we didn't have it. But we gain a little life, then we take a big bump, these grow. The opponent doesn't play a land, next turn the Regisaur is going to keep working on them. Unless we do something different. I do like the ECD though. If the opponent kills this, it'll come back pretty soon. So let's get the ECD ticking. And if we draw Yorion, it's pretty strong. Alright, they move to attacks. I think I should just block one. Like, I want something in the graveyard anyway to make sure this card works. May as well gain 2 more life from this card. Yeah. Alright, all the Mono Black's greatest hits still doing their thing. Let's try Fibblefib and Mangara, because now if the opponent kills Mangara, it comes right back. It's a little risky, down to 7 here. Scary. Definitely scary. Can the Diplomat do some diplomating? That's the question. Ooh, yeah, give me that card. Yeah, we did it, guys. We got a card. We gain 2 life from Mangara if it deals damage. If the opponent uses a pump here, it's a net 3, and we're down to 4. Plus we get a Fibblefib back. Okay, up to 7. We could also get Naambi and gain 4 life, but I don't really want to play it that way. Luris, of course. Lurrus with nothing to get back here. By the way, 2 spells. Draw another card. Definitely scary though. We need that Yori and we didn't get it. We didn't get it. Let's give Fibblethib a chance. Can you draw me a Yorian? No. No. Alright, what do we do? I think we have to play the Oath. Getting up to 8 is pretty important. We don't want to kill a 1-drop, so we're probably targeting the Ayara. And we can also play Kaya and exile a Knight. I think that's pretty good. Let's start with a Scry. I don't think we're using Teferi, but if we saw something we absolutely needed there, it might be worth it. Up to 8. Exile a Knight. One less of those things in my life. Say go. Defenses are getting assembled. Would you like to attack with 2 creatures? I could use more cards. Thinking about it. Oh ho! Alright. Erebos' Intervention. Interesting removal spell choice. And then everybody wants to rumble, including Lurrus. Wow. That's weird. Yeah, there you go. Hold your horses. How about the Scorpion? Does the Scorpion want to hit me? What? Wait, what are you doing? Okay. Kaya is down to rumble. Oh, Lurrus is going after Kaya. So, I can't save Kaya, but I can trade Fibblethib for Lurrus, or I can destroy the Scorpion, but then the opponent still has the Lurrus. So I think we just want the Lurrus dead. So I think, I like Teferi, bounce the Knight, and then we have Fibblethib with Niambi to save it. No, we don't. We don't have enough blue. I would have to shock a land. Or I'd have to draw the land. Let's see what happens. The other option is I could play a Treese and have Niambi to save it. That's 4 life and more cards. Actually, this is probably just a lot better. It can block the Knight. The opponent pumps the Knight. No, they don't even pump it, but we bounce this, gain 4 life, do it again. Yep, there's the land. I'll take it. Now we can go get another blue. Yori into the graveyard feels bad, but we'll find another. We were in a tight spot, but I think it's looking good. Not sure what our opponent's going to draw here. Yep. We could block with both, get them to pump, and then save a Natrice. Kind of time walks them in exchange for our Fibblethib. I think I'll just do this. That Fibblethib might come in handy. Gain 4 life. Feels good. So much heals. So much heals from the esteemed speaker. Got a bones? Sure. Oath of Kaya. Lovely card. Let's see what happens when we play this again. Still looking for our Yorian. Our Yorian master. Choose. Yes. Yes. Begin the torture. 1 spell or 1 attacker. Your call. Or you can just give me cards. Alright, or you could draw a card, draw a source of your own in the castle. They just staple it on land when you play black. You have to work for it. Your opponent has to give it to you if you're white. Crazy. Absolute madness. Grasp of Darkness off the top. Right in curve. Alright, Teferi, let's go.
Right on schedule.
Let's pick off their creatures. Butterbones out of there. We'll hold like this. We can discard the Oath or the Teferi to draw 2. Keep digging for Yorion. Hateful Eidolon. And they run Grasp of Darkness? I haven't even seen any enchantments yet. It's kind of wild. Not what I expected at all. Who's it gonna be? Really? Alright. Drain achieved. Not gonna redirect that to the Teferi, so what did you draw? Maybe they drew a Lurrus. Double Kaya. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Seems fun.
Didn't see a door, so I let myself in.
So if they drew a Lurrus, let's just get rid of these two, so they have nothing to get back.
Just you wait.
We can discard this to draw 2. We can also just kill this now. It's fine. Zap. Attack? Why would we? Just keep grinding them out. Patience win con in full effect. We'll kill them with their own castle. It's a good plan. I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it. Lemonade. Okay. What else you got? I think they're just waiting for a Yorion so they can lose the game. Let's find it. Let's see if we can provide one. My prediction is that this is one of those games where Yorion makes Heady explodey.
That's more like it.
Though I'm sure they love multiple Kayas as well.
Somebody
Let's
bought
just
me
exile this knight,
a
and that's that. Okay. Yep. Yep. It's all of the Kayas. On the draw, this hand is just unplayable, unkeepable garbage. Going second, you can't possibly win. I should mulligan. I should mulligan. I should mulligan. Nope. I don't got it in me. I must play terrible hands. Yep. Cool. 6 land on top of the deck. 6 out of 9 cards. Nice. Alright. Well, if we're both gonna do nothing, do you think they're Simic Flash? I think they're Simic Flash. All the ramp. My 3 lands versus your 5. But no Nissa. Alright, make you counter this. Because that's what we do. Uh-huh. Still playing Magic here. We need the opponent to have to keep countering it. So, does that mean I play the Fae of Wishes? Yeah, they'll counter this, right? Yep. Nope, they got the rewind. Best gamer ever located. But at least they don't have a wolf. Sure. Not the greatest card, but they didn't draw land either, did they? So we've got a Teferi in the yard. So we're just going for this. Make them counter it. Yep. Can't do it forever, in theory. Probably can, actually. Probably can. They've got a castle, so they're scrying every single turn, and they're getting free counter spells. Yep, keep on top. I guess they could play a Quench, but let's just see. Granted. They let that resolve. Ooh. I don't have a Disdainful Stroke here? I was supposed to have some uncounterable nonsense. But no, that's not what I've got here at all, is it? That's not good. I do not have the right sideboard. I don't have enough blue for the mass manipulation. The Ugin can come down and try to kill a wolf, but we'll be way behind. What are we going to do? We're going to play a 1/4 this turn. They kept on top, so you know it's a wolf. I guess I'll keep a time wipe. And they let that resolve, so a wolf is like the only thing it could be. So now I think they're looking, I think they did keep the wolf, and I think they're looking for a counterspell, and it looks like they found it. Because now they know about the time wipe. Oh, we're gonna play Nissa games. Sure. I mean, I guess there is still blue mana available from the Ganders, but... Hello? Resolves? Okay. So what did they keep last turn and this turn?
I must go.
It still might be a wolf. They might have kept Wolf Nissa. They might have kept 2 Nissas, but they would have played a Nissa last turn. Now I'm just confused. They do not see the game the way that I see the game going. I am not in my opponent's head correctly. This ECD, though. This ECD is looking good. There's a Teferi coming back. So what do we do to set that up? I guess we could just play the Oath, target this. That's not terrible. We can play around a Lofty Denial like this. Land. Receive the Oath of Kaya. That worked. Wolfie? Wolfie. So the Wolfie's not that good unless they get rid of the ECD, because ECD gets back Teferi and then time wipe. So let's see what happens. Okay, no blocks. Given Simic Flash a proper workout. They had 2 rewinds, they had a castle. We're gonna give them a workout though. Well, what's your play?
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
We can do this at instant speed too. Yeah, we can burn their end step. This is amazing.
Here we go.
We can also wait until they attack into the Oath of Kaya. Time wipe. Give me my Fae. Sweep your stuff. What now? My turn. We could play the Speaker, but let's hold it. It can get Fae of Wishes back, which is sweet. So what sweetness are we getting with our Fae of Wishes? Let's go have a look. We got 4 mana to spare. Thought Distortion, Mass Manipulation, Ugin the freaking Spirit Dragon, Ashiok, Jace Liliana, all the toys. Like, this is a heavy hitter sideboard that I threw together. I'm grabbing the Thought Distortion. You don't have to play it this turn, but we will play it. And then we can shock here and have Neon be open to return our Fae of Wishes and do it all again. Simic Flash here made of tough stuff, refusing to scoop to a Teferi on the board. Gonna make a 2/2 shark. Sure. Not the scariest shark I've ever encountered out here in the deep waters of MTG Arena. Honk honk. Alright, opponent says go. We'll do the Niambi get back the Fae thing. Keep the good cards coming. Have you seen enough? Is that enough pain? What's it gonna be? Just waiting for the opponent to decide if they can endure any more. They have some food they could eat, that's probably holding priority. They could have another Shark Typhoon. It's possible. I'm starting to think Shark Typhoon might have been the card they kept earlier. Not how I would do it, but it might be how they do it. Let's say bye-bye to this shark. I'm not in a hurry to use the distortion. It's kind of a smokescreen for when I have something amazing I don't want to be countered if they ever manage to get rid of Teferi. Alright, if we attack here, our opponent could flash in a shark and trade with it. I don't think they really want to, though. I think it's pretty free. If they play something good, we can ECD it. Yep. Yorion. Alright, these two can go. I don't want to blink the Teferi. It doesn't change the loyalty, and it gives the opponent a chance to play some cards. Also, we have mana open and nothing to do with it. May as well use Granted now. We didn't plus Teferi, remember we minused, so we can't do it at instant speed. So, which OP card do we want next? Against the Simic Flash. How best shall we torture you now? How best to destroy? How best to torment? Liliana seems pretty good. So it is, of course, Ugin and company. But mass manipulation to destroy you with your own threats? Now that is lovely. Shoot the goose. Now we can bounce the Yorion, but we don't have to. And I don't think we want to, because honestly, our opponent could make a shark, attack our Teferi, could cause a problem. I guess it wouldn't be the worst because we just play Yorion and reset it the next turn, but still. Borrow the Teferi. Okay. So you have a counter. Is it Frilled Mystic or is it... Let's see. Well, I've got two Teferis. Who cares? Uh-huh. Get this going. It'll get a Teferi back before long. Leaves the opponent on absolutely nothing. Down to 10. So they have a borrower they can flash in. Let's just cut that off. They also have a bunch of food they can eat. Fighting to stay alive. If they bring in the borrower, we can bounce the ECD and play it again. Exile the borrower. Can also just blink the stuff. I guess I like that even more.
Stand by and watch.
So we'll attack first. Hit the opponent, bounce the Yorion, play the Yorion, use Elspeth here, Oath there.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
Our opponent has no hand, so this time sending Teferi off into the blink zone isn't too bad of an idea. This goes face. This exiles the Brazen Borrower. And do we wish to bounce the Orion? I have a backup, so no, I'm fine. Yep, get that Scry. It better be the best 2 cards of all time. Death to the Simic Flash. They just couldn't get pressure on me quick enough, and we got to just kind of bash our way through their counterspells. And we are back for the post-game wrap-up, and I'm going to stick to what I said before. The deck is fun, but it's not versatile enough or powerful enough to be a real contender. Obviously, the Orion and the Elspeth Conquers Death are your best cards, putting in a lot of work with some help from Teferi, and you can build a better shell around those things if you want to. But I do like getting some of these M21 cards out and about and using Niambi and using Mangara. It makes for interesting games for me. Like, I enjoy this style of Magic. My opponents might not. I did really like the Kaya and the Oath of Kaya, making the Witch's Ovens and the Graveyard decks suffer, and Thibble the Lost is a fun card to play with, and I'm always down for some Fae of Wish board, so yeah, my verdict on this, fun deck, not great deck. If you already have the cards, or you're only a craft or 2 away and you want to try something different, a different take on Esper, here you go, but it's not what I would bring to anything competitive. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. If you like the content, please remember to like and subscribe. All I want for Christmas is a YouTube play button. You get that for 100,000 subscribers. And now that we're past 75,000, I can't help but want to go for it. When I looked at my stats at the beginning of the year, it said it would take me until 2023 to get a YouTube play button, 100,000 subscribers. That was my projected growth rate. Well, we're absolutely crushing it, and that's because of all of you, so thank you very, very much. And if you want to help me get the only thing on my Christmas list, hit subscribe and tell your friends to subscribe as well. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.